Hello, it's Cleo. I've tried to go live earlier, but I wanted to delete it and it doesn't work. I'm wishing everybody a happy Easter, a happy Pesach. I wanted to sing 3 songs. I didn't practice that well, so I'm just going to sing it. I've not resigned, but I am out of the hospital. I'm hoping to move. I shouldn't say that, but I don't want to be here anymore. I cannot go to the toilet because the toilet is closed and I cannot get in. I'm singing 3 songs. The first is When You Believe. The reason why I'm singing When You Believe is by Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston. And When You Believe is from the movie The Prince of Egypt. And I think it was about Moses. And I've told you last week, a little bit more than 1 week ago, that you have Pesach in Judaism, and that they celebrate the victorious Exodus, the Exodus of Egypt out of slavery. And The Prince of Egypt, the movie, is about the Exodus. So I found it good to sing a song about that movie, and it's very hopeful. So that's very good. The second song I want to sing is In the Living Years by Mike and the Mechanics. That's for Good Friday. It's a more sad song because I wanted to sing that because with Easter we think about all the positive things and we want to jump to positive conclusions. We don't want to feel the pain. And the reason why I'm singing one sad song is because to feel the Good Friday, the crucifixion of Jesus. And In the Living Years is about not being able in time to have told somebody something. And I found that important because crucifixion is death. And sometimes when we die, we feel like it's too late, and we have to learn that we have to do the things in the living years. I didn't print that song, but I wanted to say one thing about the lyrics, and let me see where. It's a very good song, a very nice lyrics, but a little sad. Let me see. I'm not going to explain everything. It's very good song, but where was it? And if you don't give up and you don't give in, you may just be okay. So that's a sentence that I found very important as well. So don't yield to the fortunes you sometimes see as fate. It may have a new perspective on a different day. So when you're going through challenging times, you may feel like it's bad fortune, but it will have a new perspective when you've come out of suffering. And then you will look back on it with a different view, like Krishna and in the Bhagavad Gita and Francis of Assisi also say that what was bitter will become sweet, and what sweet is will become bitter. If you want to eat candy when you're young, it's very sweet, literally. But when your teeth fall out and nobody wants to kiss you, it's bitter. If you want to have to make homework, it's very bitter. You don't like it. But if you have a job you like, afterwards that's good, then it's very sweet. To make it very short, that's the only thing that I want to say. And I want to sing You Raise Me Up. I think it's originally by just Groban, but a lot of people have sung it. And I found it very good for Easter. Well, I'm going to let me go back so I can see myself. I didn't practice that much, so there's one song I'm going to sing along because I don't know it's too difficult to remember. It's the one When You Believe by Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston. They sing very high, so I'm going to sing off key, but it will be a little bit more easy. I hope I don't say too loud. And of course there's commercial. Another commercial which I cannot skip, of course. Well, you get the commercial now. Overslaan. Beetje zachter, beetje a little bit less. I'm going to sing along on my thing. I cannot sing that fast anymore. The others I will sing like that. Sorry. Many nights we've prayed with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood. No, we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. There can be miracles when you believe, though hope is frail, it's hard to kill. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe. A little high. You will, somehow you will. You will when you believe. I think I better sing without the songbook. In this time of fear, when prayers often proves in vain, hope seems like the summer birds too swiftly flown away. Yet now I'm standing here, my heart so full I can't explain, seeking faith and speaking words I never thought I'd say. There can be miracles when you believe, though hope is frail, it's hard to kill. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe, somehow you will. You will when you believe. They don't always happen when you ask. And it's easy to give in to your fears. But when you're blinded by your pain, can see your way clear through the rain. A small but still resilient voice says help is very near. No hope is near. No hope is frail. It's hard to kill. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe, somehow you will. Now you will. You will when you believe. You will when you believe. Yeah, I'm waiting for the end of the fucking song. I'm going to just end it. And I hear all these noises on my phone, so I'm curious. And I see I'm live. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, I normally don't sing along with songs because they sing in different tone and I start to sing off key. So that's why I always sing without things. I start to sing very off key, false. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm sorry I'm singing off key and I'm sorry I'm getting emotional. I hope I don't get emotional with the next song, but I'm just going to sing it. I didn't print it, so I cannot see myself anymore. And I'm going to sing a little bit faster. It's too slow for me here to wait for the music. Every generation blames the one before, and all of their frustrations come beating on your door. I know that I'm a prisoner to all my father held so dear. I know that I'm a hostage to all his hopes and fears. I wish I could have told him in the living years. Oh, crumbled bits of paper filled with imperfect thought, stilted conversations. I'm afraid that's all we've got. You say you don't see it. He says it's perfect sense. You just can't get agreement in this present tense. We all talk a different language, talking in defense. Say it loud, say it clear. You can listen as well as you hear. It's too late when we die to admit we don't see eye to eye. So we open up a quarrel between the present and the past. We only sacrifice the future. It's the bitterness that lasts. So don't yield to the fortunes you sometimes see as fate. It may have new perspective on a different day. And if you don't give up and don't give in, you may just be okay. Say it loud. Say it clear. You can listen as well as you hear. Because too late when we die to admit we don't see eye to eye. I wasn't there that morning when my father passed away. I didn't get to tell him all the things I had to say. I think I caught his spirit later that same year. I'm sure I heard his echo in my baby's newborn tears. I just wish I could have told him in the living years. Say it loud. Say it clear. You can listen as well as you hear. It's too late when we die to admit we don't see eye to eye. Say it loud. Say it clear. Say it loud. Say it clear. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't look away. Till it's too late. Okay, I'm sorry, but I've only practiced the song one time before singing it here, and you see that I sing off key. Some things I cannot sing, but I didn't practice enough. But I'm sorry, I'm not perfect. I don't have to be perfect. Yeah, and I got emotional. When I practice it one time, I get emotional with the same things. I don't know why. Maybe I do. I'm going back to my own camera so I can see myself again because I didn't print it. Now the last song, I'm sorry I didn't sing it well enough, but I'm going to sing my last song. And that's for me, my message through the lyrics. Maybe I will draw some cards a little few days later, I don't know. Maybe I will do it, but I wanted to do something for Easter, so that's it. The first and the last song I've already sung in celebrations, religious celebrations. So the people who are on my Facebook have already heard it. I don't know if it was worse or better than the first time. We are going to leave that out of discussion. I'm going to sing my last song, You Raise Me Up. I hope I'm not going to cry again because I don't want to cry. I'm sorry. I'm going to exhale and inhale so I can sing hopefully better. When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. There's no life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats on perfectly. But then you come, and I am filled with wonder. Sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulder. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulder. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be. Well, in the song, sometimes you see Jesus, and they're talking about Jesus, but to me, it's about God, Yahweh. You cannot pronounce his way, Allah, whatever you want to call him. Mother, Father, God, Abba, like Jesus called him, little father, my little father. I probably should delete this fucking video because I was too emotional. But sometimes when I'm singing, and I'm singing to my public, I imagine how they would receive these songs, And because I'm in a difficult time of my life, still I am. And to me, it's difficult. But I'm also thinking about my people that care about me. I'm sorry. I'm doing all these things. Doing things with my hands. Then I get extra emotional, like things within the living years and stuff like that. And when I'm thinking about Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey, When You Believe, some things hit hard in a positive way sometimes. Like, in this time of fear, when prayers often proves in vain, hope seems like the summer birds too swiftly flown away. Yet now I'm standing here, my heart so full I can't explain, seeking faith and speaking words I never thought I'd say. I know I got emotional with that, but it was a little bit negative. That's because I'm hoping that things would be different now. I'm going to leave it here. I'm already talking 20 minutes, more than 20 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm making very stupid videos. But I just wanted to let you know that I'm still okay. I'm still alive and kicking. And I wanted to do something with Easter because, I'm a Christian. I'm a Catholic, Franciscan Christian. I'm open to world religions though. And I didn't want to let this day pass. I wanted to do this video actually on Good Friday. But I resigned from the hospital on Friday and everything went different than I thought. I wanted to do it yesterday, but things went different yesterday as well. So that's why I'm doing it now. It's very fucking bad video. I should delete it, but I don't know how to delete this video because I couldn't delete the previous one either. Though they have deleted before. So I'm going to wish you a nice Easter holiday. Maybe if you still have a holiday, Easter holiday. I don't know when the Orthodox have their Easter. I'm going to look it up. And probably the Jewish don't have Pesach at the same day as we Catholics do. But I want to just wish everybody Orthodox Pasen 2023. Orthodox Pasen 9 april? Nee, zondag 16 en maandag 17 april. Sunday 16 and Monday 17 April. So it's exactly 1 week after the Catholic and Protestant Easter. 1 week after this, there's Orthodox Easter. And I'm going to see if I can find Pesach. Pesach 2023. April 5 to April 13. Yeah, that's correct. It's a week. So it's already it's now. Yeah, it's already started and it's a little bit longer. I'm sorry for the messy video. Somehow I feel like I cannot finish. Because maybe that's because I felt I didn't explain anything and I just sang the song. So maybe I'm going to say some things which I wanted to emphasize. Many nights we've prayed with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. I found it very important what they're singing because it feels like that to me in my life. I've been in troubles in my life since 2014. Like, life is impossible. Like, impossible. If I just imagine what I'm going through, everybody will go crazy with what I'm going through. It's so impossible, so negative, so unbearable negative. And I've prayed all those times with no proof anyone could hear. But I always had this in our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood. Somehow I'm not out of troubles, but somehow I always knew there would be a better day. And although I felt that these things I'm going through are impossible to survive, I knew I would survive and I would be happy. And that somehow, I cannot imagine how, in our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood, I will be in paradise, heavenly paradise. In Islam, they have two words, paradise, for after when we die, when we're dead, and when we are alive. I know one is Jannah, and the other one I cannot remember. But I thought Jannah is for this life, and sorry, I cannot remember. I'm sorry, I forgot. It's for the day when you have died. So that first line was very good for me. Somehow I'm not out of troubles, but somehow I knew, although things seemed impossible to bear, that one day everything will be okay. I cannot imagine how. I cannot figure it out how, but I just knew it would be okay. In our heart, a hopeful song we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. Very important, because I've said it before. You have to. Now I have to see it in English. What was it again? Eerst geloven, dan zien. First you have to believe. When you believe, then you will see it. Not first see it and then believe it. I'm not going to explain again because I've already done it before in some of my previous advice videos. I'm not going to do that again. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. I was moving mountains long before I knew I could. I didn't know. Yeah, I'm just surviving, and that was already a miracle. There can be miracles when you believe. The hope is frail. Hope is frail. It's spreekbaar. It's hard to kill. It is hard to kill. That's true. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe when you believe, somehow you will. First believe, then you will see it. When you believe, somehow you will. You will when you believe. In this time of fear, I've already sung that. They don't always happen when you ask. That's a difficult thing to sing. That's why I sang along, but that was not good either. I should have practiced more. And it's easy to give in to your fears. But when you're blinded by your pain, can see your way clear through the rain. So when you're feeling like all is hopeless, a small but still resilient voice says, help is very near. I'm getting emotional again, because that's my situation now. I said about you raise me up when I'm down and all my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart and burden be. So when I feel burdened, then I'm still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. Sit a while, it sounds like more physical, so it sounds like Jesus, but you can think about it as God. If you have a difficult life and you feel your heart is burdened, and you will sit and just bear through the pain, bear through the despair, and you compassionately feel all those things with humbleness, so you see really what is. You have compassion for yourself, you accept yourself the way you are, and you see yourself the way you are. Then, all of a sudden, this burden melts away, your ego melts away, and then God appears in your heart, the immanent God, but also the transcendent God, because if you know what is happening in your side of you, Fuck it. Why is she calling me? I'm sorry. Damn it. People always call me at the wrong moment. I'm sorry. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. You can say that Jesus sang that to God, to Abba. Because he could stand on mountains and walk on stormy seas. But also, I thought it was Peter who walked on the seas. I don't know. I cannot remember. And then he had little faith and then he started to sink. So you can say Peter said that to Jesus. But you can also say Jesus said that to God. I am strong when I am on your shoulders, God's shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. God lifts you up to more you can be. There's no life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. So it's acknowledgement that we're all imperfect. And that's okay. But then you come, let's say God, and I am filled with wonder. You're receptive and you feel God. You're filled with hunger. Sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. So that's it. The rest is all chorus, or how you say the chorus, refrain. Now I'm going to look in the living years if I have to say something. It's very good lyrics. Every generation blames the one before. We always say it's our parents. Our parents raised us badly and whatever, and whatever. And all of their frustrations come beating on your door. I know that I'm a prisoner to all my father held so dear. But you should know, if you read the lyrics, he has father with the capital F. So it sounds like Abba, mother, father, God. And though I'm a prisoner to all my father held so dear, but I find it a little bit difficult to understand because I'm a prisoner to all my father held so dear. So you're trying to say that God held something dear, and that's why you're a prisoner. I think it's with the capital F, but they are talking about the real father, because the biological father, because parents often project their wishes for their children of themselves on their children. So if you want to be like a good lawyer, the parents want their children to be good lawyers or high grade. So they think, if my children look great, I look great. I know that I'm hostage to all his hopes and fears. I wish I could have told him in the living years. Oh, crumbled bits of paper, filled with imperfect thought, is all imperfection. Stilted conversations. I'm afraid that's all we've got. So the communication is not perfect. And we want to communicate, but we don't. But that's all we have got. That's my situation now. You say you just don't see it. He says it's perfect sense. You just can't get agreement in this present tense. We all talk a different language, talking in defense. So it's also about misalignment, I think. So you don't see it, and he says it's all perfect, but you cannot get agreement. That's also my situation. I thought, like, what are you doing to me? I'm sorry I'm saying that. And I don't see it, and they say it's all perfect sense, but it's... Come on! Leave me! I'm sorry. If I'm locking off, you know that I'm busy. Leave me alone. I'm sorry. This person makes a lot of problems for me, to be honest. That's why I'm angry. She always calls me 10 hours, and then all my plans fall to water because I'm sorry, I'm not going to say it. I don't like it. She ruined things for me. I'm sorry, I'm angry. And she's calling me 10,000 times while I'm busy. Fuck you! If I'm saying off, you know that it's off. This person is a psychopath. Okay, all noise is off. I'm sorry, but this person is not. If I'm pressing off, you get voicemail. You know that it's not imperfect. You start calling me on 10,000 devices. This person is really stalking me. She's really stalking me. This is not normal anymore. With all talk a different language, talking in defense, you know, we're talking about out of fear instead of out of love. We're running away from things we want instead of longing, reaching out for the things we do want. So we're talking in defense out of fear instead of running away from what we don't want instead of what we do want. And we are protecting our heart of the hurt we've been through because of love of our parents, love of boyfriends and girlfriends, love of our friends, and we feel like we've been hurt in love. I don't know how to say if I'm saying it correctly in English. Say it loud, say it clear. You can listen as well as you hear. But I'm sorry, this person, you know, she called me yesterday more than 2 hours almost. Well, I had a lot of things to do, and I felt like, oh, I'm not going to say it anymore. This is not normal. She's not normal. She's stalking me. So we open up a quarrel between the present and the past. That's also true. We blame the things that went wrong in the past, and then we say that's why it's not okay now. We only sacrifice the future. It's the bitterness that lasts. That's very true as well. When we look back in anger, like Oasis sings, and we look back in anger because we cannot give up the hope of yesterday. So that's why we're sporting today, because we cannot accept. If we can accept yesterday as it was, or yesterday, you know, yesterday, I mean in the past, if we can accept it, we learn the lessons and we can move on. But if we don't accept it, we keep on carrying the past in the present, but also into the future. We don't yield to the fortunes. I've already told that. You sometimes see as fate. It may have a new perspective on a different day. And if you don't give up and you don't give in, you may just be okay. That's the chorus again. I wasn't that morning when my father passed away. I didn't get to tell him all the things I had to say. You know, even though the song is very nice and very good for the lyrics, I knew this song always because of this few sentences. And it always hit me very hard because it's very true for me, because my father passed away when I was like 3 or 4 years old. And because of that, I've always been very afraid of things getting to pass, things not getting a second chance. And I always felt like this is my virtue, because I'm always living like it's the last moment. And they always say, like you should, like Jalom says, Irvin Jalom, that's a therapist, existential therapist. You should burn down your house so you never regret. It's figuratively and not literally burning down your house. So you never regret anything. But I've come to learn that this is also a defense mechanism. Sometimes we want things to be so perfect and we don't want to have regrets and we don't want to be to blame, that we cannot be finite. We cannot be just human. We cannot allow that we make mistakes. Because sometimes you cannot prevent that things go wrong. Before, for instance, I had a friend and I loved her dearly and she passed away. And I never get to say because at a certain moment she didn't contact me anymore, and I don't know why, and I don't know. And I never get to say that to her, but that's life. Sometimes you cannot always burn down your house. It's a very good motive to burn down your house and never to make sure you never regret anything. That's very good, but you cannot be too compulsive at it either, because we're human. We make mistakes. That's why we are human. We cannot be perfect. We have to be broken open of our anxiety to suffer. We have to be humble about being human. So you have to burn down your house, but you're just human too. So you should know that as well. So I always thought like, oh, I'm so good because I burned down my house. I always say everything immediately, but there's a fault in it as well, because you can be too compulsive as well. Say it loud, say it clear. That's the chorus. I think I've explained everything. I'm sorry. Now I'm going to finish because it's already. How long am I filming? Oh my God, it's already 40 minutes, and I think that it's shorter when I'm doing just 3 songs. I'm crazy. I shouldn't say that. I should talk positively about myself. Not because I'm positive, but you have to be positive. Whatever. Nice Pesach, because Pesach is happening now. Nice Easter for the Protestants and the Catholics. And nice Easter next week for the Orthodox. I don't know if there are other celebrations at this time. No, I cannot find it. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice Easter weekend. And maybe until a few days. And if not, next week. Sorry for this messy fucking video. I'm repeating myself because I want to exclaim that this is a very bad video. But I'm going to end it. Oh yeah. Namaste. Hare Krishna. Salam alaikum. Shalom. I'm saying this at the end. I should have said it in the beginning. Shalom. Ilaka alakin. Aloha. Anna, because now we're finishing. Sorry, this is a very messy video. I'm going to end it. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye. In Lakesh Alakin. Namaste.